Well, hello everybody. Allow me to teach you something. We're going to make pork belly burnt ends. Get yourself a giant slab of pork belly, and you're going to want to cut it with a sharp knife into approximately 1 to 1 1/4 inch cubes. They should look something like this when pulled apart. Throw all your cubes into a bowl, and let's get ready to season them. This is called SPG. It's 4 parts salt, 2 parts pepper, 1 part garlic salt, and it's all mixed together. And then cover the bowl and put it in the fridge. Next, we're going to discuss some of the tools you're going to need. You will need a grate, some thermometers. I have one for my grill level, a couple of aluminum pans, and some gloves. Step 2, we are going to build our fire. I'm using charcoal on a Weber kettle today, and I'm going to use a snake method. So here I am arranging the charcoal into a 2x1 snake. That means 2 on the bottom level and 1 on the middle level. Speed things up here a little bit. And then we're going to add some charcoal to our chimney to get this snake started. I'm putting about 12 to 15 pieces of charcoal using a fire starter here. And we're going to let that charcoal heat up until it's completely ashed over white. Alright, get my big safety gloves on, and we're going to dump the hot coals and arrange them to start the snake burning. You'll see that I've also added some wood to the snake on the top level. That's hickory, and then as the snake burns along, that hickory will light and add smoky flavor to the burnt ends. Using my ash tongs, we're arranging the hot coals. I've opted today to go counterclockwise on my snake. It does not matter which way you burn your snake. Alright, we're adding a couple pieces of wood to get the smoke going inside the kettle, adding the top grate and my grate level thermometer. Gonna put the little drip pan in there to clean up any mess, and we're gonna put the top vent opposite where the heat is in the kettle. Adjust my dampener to smoke and let her go. Kettle's holding around 225 degrees, so it's time to add the meat. Taking a look after an hour and things are going well. You can see the snake is starting to burn around. So we're going to close that up and adjust the dampener again on the opposite side of the heat. This is after 2 hours. It's starting to look pretty good, but it's not where I want it. We're cooking to the temperature of the meat, not time. So even though it says to do this for 2 hours, I'm going to turn the dampener up a little bit, get it a little hotter, clean the ashes out of the bottom there, and let her go for a little longer. Of course, one side's going to cook faster, so I'm going to do a little rotation. I'm not too worried about the fire in the pit because that'll go out once we put the dampener back on. properly. And we'll let her go for another half hour or so and take a look. Okay, step 3. The burnt ends look good, so I'm going to put them all into a pan that will be covered, but first we got to add a few more ingredients. Alright, a few cubes of butter. Then we're going to sprinkle about 3/4 of a cup of brown or golden sugar over top. And for this next step you can use honey, but I prefer maple syrup. And we're just going to drizzle a little bit of maple syrup over the whole thing and cover it with tin foil. We're going to leave this for another 2 hours. Once that's basted for 2 hours, we're going to uncover it and we're going to drain the liquid out of the pan. And then in the other jar there, I've mixed up about 3 to 1 my favorite barbecue sauce with some Frank's Red Hot sauce. And we're going to glaze these now. So basically I'm just covering all of the cooked pork burnt ends with my barbecue sauce, hot sauce mixture. I'm going to make sure it's all coated. And we're going to leave these, again, sitting around 220, 225 for another hour. Alright, I can see that glaze is set. Gonna give them a stir. They're looking pretty good. Everything's well coated, well glazed. Tasty little nuggets of heaven. Let's try one.